Hello and welcome. This is Dr. Pan and welcome to Deutsch Math. Today we have a word problems. So first of all, word problem is not a four-letter word. There is a systematic way we can solve it, and let's get to it. The first thing you want to do is let's see if I can pick the right color. What we really want to do is we pretend we are ahead of the curve and we have a light bulb. Okay, so as good as I can do. The first thing you want to do is you want to pretend you know what the answer is. That's in our mathematic define variable. Okay, so reading over here, I'm going to assume I know the distance in they're asking was x. So x is equal to distance in. Okay, the reason you want to do that is twofold. Number one, when you define a variable, quickly you translate the word problem into an algebraic problem. By algebraic problems, we're looking for an equal sign, which I don't know about you, but it calms my nerve. The second thing which leads to why we want to define variable, because once we have a variable, then we're looking for an equation. There's always cue words. For example, was, total. Okay, so you're looking for the word was or equal to something, because that's what's defined as the equal sign. Once we have the equal sign, everything else falls in place because all we have to do is solve for the variable. Let's take a look at the problem here we have. The ride in was quicker than the speed we were given, so there's one clue here. Okay, we'll put a clue 1. The ride out was at a different speed. Let's put a double. That's a second clue. Okay. This sentence here is the crucial one. It says if the total time in and out was 40 hours. So if you think about it, now a lot of teachers say, yeah, you must draw a graph. Yeah, graph helps, but unless you know what you're drawing, I don't know how much it's going to help. Now let's take a look at it in this case. So the way we're in, maybe we're going to a park somewhere. Okay. Then we're going to the park, we're in a hurry. It was not as relaxing. It was as 400 kilometers per hour on the way in. On the way going out of the park, it was more relaxing. It was at 100 kilometers per hour. Okay. Now, of course, we can get into all those details and how to define the variable, the ride in and ride out. But see, the problem is for every variable you define, you're going to have to find an equation for it. So the less the variable, the better. So in this case, I'm just going to define one variable. X is equal to the distance in. So on the way in, I took certain time. On the way out, I took certain time. And my total hour is 40 hours. Okay, so here is our equation. And now all I have to do is use my variable and tie into the clue 1 over here and clue 2 over here and add it together. So on the way in, I have a distance, I have a speed. On the way out, equal distance, I have a speed. And there we go. So we accomplished number 2. We have a variable with the equation. With the equation comes the easy solving. Okay, so from here onward, it's really practically the thing is solved on its own. X plus x over 100, this is supposed to be 1, is equal to 40. Okay, so let's solve it. From here, really, we're just solving a simple algebraic problem. Let's take the easiest way. Let's multiply 100 on both sides. So we have x. Let's take a 400 actually. Maybe it's even easier. Multiply by 100. And then we have on the side x plus 4x is equal to 40 times 400. Okay, x plus 4x, that's 5x, is equal to 40 times 400. Now you notice I'm not in a hurry to solve or multiply it up because I know if I divide it by 5 here, and this becomes 8 times 400, I'm avoiding using my calculator, as you can see. Okay, the unit is kilometer. Okay, to recap, what you really want to do is a word problem is a systematic solution. You got to define the variable. Define variable, it's really easy. You go back to what they're asking for. They said, what was the distance going in? Okay, this is from a Saxon Algebra II. Once you define the variable, you pretend you know what the answer is, aka the bright light bulb. Okay, then you go back looking for clues, kind of like almost a treasure map, because each word problem has a treasure buried in there. You're looking for an equation sign, an equal sign that involves the variable you just defined. And then from there onward, you just solve the problem like we did over here. All right, hope that helps and have a confident day.